أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
I think a lot of people are confused by the new Arabic name, El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz.
I've always had the name on my passport, Malik El-Shabazz, only I only used it in the Muslim world. Well, Hajj is a title that is given to any Muslim who makes the pilgrimage to Mecca during the official Hajj season. One thing that I found in all of my travels was that all of the Africans, not only the Africans but the Asians and the Muslims, look upon us as their long-lost brothers. And America had actually tricked many of them into a hands-off policy by giving them the impression that she was honestly trying to do something to solve the problem. My argument over there was designed to prove that it is impossible for the United States government to solve the race problem. It's impossible. If I recall, I pointed out that while I was at Mecca making the pilgrimage, I spoke about the brotherhood that existed at all levels and among all people who were there on that Hajj, who had accepted the religion of Islam. And I pointed out that for what it had done, what the religion of Islam had done for those people over there, despite their complexion differences, that it would probably do America well to study the religion of Islam, and perhaps it could drive some of the racism from this society as it has driven racism from the Muslim society.
About God, I get emotional. I just get emotional talking about God. When I'm with somebody who really, truly loves God on the level that I love him and understand him on the level that I love him, I feel that way about him. So, most times we could talk about God and you could vibe with someone when they're really not there. So you just go through the motions for your own salvation. You explain to them about Islam and the way of Islam, how it is wholeheartedly and truthfully. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Which there's no compulsion, there's no hatred. It's insane how different religions have different variations, and we're supposedly be the same under the same God, which is Allah. And it's a complex situation we deal when we deal with religion. His salvation, his understanding, he's enlightened me. Before I became a Muslim, I've known Muslims all my life. You know what I mean? But I never had any inclination of becoming a Muslim because I didn't think their conduct was. I thought it was all hypocritical. But then when you run into people, individuality allows people to act certain ways, and certain people conduct themselves in other ways, and certain people conduct themselves in ways that are different from that. And I was just saying, a Muslim is just your conduct, and when you conduct yourself Islamically, and only God can judge you, basically. Men judges men's action, God judges your heart.
What am I going to do in the next 16 years? What's the best thing I can do? Get ready to meet God. Owning real estate, going in business, teaching boxers, that won't get me to heaven. If I told you that this glass sprang into existence, this glass made itself, no man made this glass, would you believe it? Would you believe if I just told you this thing made itself? When I tell you, you wouldn't believe it, right?
No.
If I turned on this television station, popped into existence, it just, no man made it. You said Muhammad Ali's crazy. All right. Well, if this glass can't make itself, if I told you those clothes you have on wove themselves, nobody created them, those clothes made themselves, you wouldn't believe it. But if your clothes didn't make itself, if that glass couldn't make itself, if this building didn't make itself, then how did the moon get out there? How did the stars and Jupiter, Neptune and Mars and the sun, how did nature, how did all this come here if didn't know why is something planning to make it? So what I'm saying is, I believe that we're going to be judged. Should a man like Hitler kill all the Jews and get away with it? Somebody should punish him. Maybe he get it, don't get it now, he get it when he died. In hell for eternity.
Heroes come in all shapes, sizes, colors, and religions. This man might be the most famous person in the world. He's one of the greatest heroes of our time, and he is a Muslim. It was hate, not religion, that motivated the horrible acts of September 11th. And in the wake of these events, nothing could be more un-American than to respond to mindless hatred with blind vengeance. My friend and I want you to remember that, and that we are strongest when we stand together. Champ?
I'm here because of a terrible thing that happened the other day. I'm a Muslim. I've been a Muslim for 20 years. And I'm against killing, violence, and all Muslims are against it. I think that people should know the real truth about Islam. You know me, I'm a boxer. I'm called the greatest of all time. People recognize me for being a boxer and a man of truth. And I wouldn't be here representing Islam if it was really like the terrorists made it look. I think that all the people should know the truth and come to recognize the truth, because Islam is peace against killing, murder, and the terrorists and the people doing that in the name of Islam of our own. And if I had a chance, I'd do something about it.
I think it's no different than any other sect. Black, white, red, yellow, Muslim, they're all, you got good and bad in all of them.
I respect these people, yes. Their thoughts and their religion is...
I lived in the Middle East for 4 years, and they're amazingly good people. They just happen to follow a religion that's different to mine, the same as Jewish people follow a religion that's different to mine, or Greek Orthodox people. They're just following a different religion, you know. And as I said, unfortunately, there are minority lunatics in every religion, and the perception needs to get changed that is just the minority of people, and it happens in all different religions all over the world, you know.
I don't have any problem with Islam or any of its followers. I don't think it's fair for us to judge an entire religion just based on the actions of individuals.
From my experience, I think they're very educated, very polite.
There's nothing different. Like, they're still a regular person with, like, they have a favorite color too. Like,
just because a person is a Muslim and somebody else is Muslim doesn't mean they do the same thing or have the same exact. They're not. You know, people get lost along the way. There's stuff that goes along with it. I mean, you see all of this stuff. That stuff's there, but it doesn't. It doesn't color what I think of people.
I mean, I have a ton of Muslim and Islamic friends, so I believe they're all equal. I mean, there might be some bad, there might be some good, but I mean, you can't put them all in the same category.
I don't know if I have like an answer. I mean, they're just people.
My best friend is actually Muslim, so I'm very open to it, yeah. I'm not like opposed to Muslims, I don't know.
I'm really sorry for the way our media participates so openly in the process of stereotyping any religion, now particularly Islam.
We should be talking about the government. We're talking about Islam. At the end of the day, they're not robbing from us. They're not stealing from us. They're not doing all these things to us, you know.
Every man has to be judged based on the content of the character, not the association. So then, if that was so, then I should say all white people is racist.
They're people. They should not be discriminated or intolerated.
I like the Muslim people because they hold to a code of ethics that a lot of people don't, actually. Feel me?
I can define a Muslim in one way, like, in the reality, they're peacemakers, like, they make peace. And then they're not like how people, you know, sometimes see them to be, like, you know, all the time being, how do I say, like, making trouble, you know, stuff like that, because even the word Islam means, it defines it like peace. The word Islam is peace.